What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, wanted to talk about Dead Island 2. What's up with the game? Where is it? Now, obviously, this is a question we've asked probably, a half dozen times over the last half dozen years. But, over the last year, I'd say last 12 months, we've had maybe the most interesting things be rumored, and talked about with this game, right? So even before that, I guess, we had all of the talk that I assume actually is like fully official. The game has had, obviously, a number of problems. And it's jumped around publishers, it's jumped around developers, it's had quite the ride. And it seems at some point, maybe two and a half years ago, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, it kind of leveled out where, okay, if whoever, it found somebody and the publishers locked in, developers locked in, and they're ready to rock, right? That seems to be where we're at. And then, over the last, again, maybe like half year, maybe a little bit more than that, we started to hear rumors that, the game's actually further along than people may think it is. Tom Henderson is the most notorious one for this, going so far to say that the game is making like good progress and the game is projected to release at the end of this year. All right, so that's the last we've heard, and that's a rumor, right? It's not official confirmation from Deep Silver, but that's a rumor of where the game is, and we're just kind of left here to say, all right, well, now what? Now, the reason I make this video is kind of twofold. Number one, well, we had about as close as we were gonna get to Dead Island 2 being shown. Obviously, it's Summer Game Fest, right? Goat Simulator 3 came in, torched the world. I mean, I fell for it immediately. A lot of people fell for it immediately. I think the whole world, to be flat out honest with you, the whole world that at least remembered, right? Because I think that trailer was from 2014. It was maybe 15. It was so long ago, but it was the guy stretching and then he runs down the pier. I mean, it is a cool trailer and it's kind of a memorable trailer. So when you see that happen again, we're like, what exactly is happening? But then it's like, well, the graphics look much worse than what we saw even 6-7 years ago. So what is this game? And then as soon as they showed one goat, it's like, oh, okay, this is actually Goat Simulator, and they got the whole world. And I'm very, very happy for them because they did a phenomenal job. So you have that, but you also have, so that I guess that's the first reason to even bring up Dead Island, right? Because like, it's in their head enough to make a trailer spoofing on it. But then the other part is, all right, well, I mean, factually, here we are, middle of June. We're running out of time. Generally, we're running out of time to get Dead Island 2's release. If it comes out in the fall, right? That's, again, the thing. If we believe Tom Henderson, which he's been getting a ton of things right? He's been branching out into other stuff. He talked about the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and he got pretty much everything he talked about right. And so the guy does know his stuff. So if Dead Island 2 doesn't release at the end of this year, or it doesn't get shown over the next couple months, I'm not going to like throw him under the bus and say he's got no idea what he's talking about. I would feel like at this point, based off his credibility and maybe just where we are in the gaming industry, that the game is just push. The game is just not going to come out at the end of this year. Maybe it comes out early next year. And that's kind of it. Like, here we are. Look, the game doesn't need 6 months from announcement to release. Like, they don't need to announce it now and say the game comes out at the end of November. I don't think this is that kind of game. I think you need to give it at least 2 months, though. I'd very much argue, right? So if you announce it, say, beginning of September, I think the earliest it could release is beginning of November. 2 months. And you normally, a lot of games do that. Bigger games, really any kind of AAA game. Sometimes it goes further if it's like an exclusive, like a Sony, Microsoft kind of thing. They'll announce the release date maybe a little further out, but even with them, sometimes they don't. So here we are, and I mean, I guess, we are factually, we still have time. Like, we're running out of time, but we still have time. You got all of June. They could, of course, throw something together, July, August, and again, because it really only needs 2-3 months, you can announce this thing all the way up into September if you wanted to, and it would still come out in this year. But I do think about this game, again, another reason I guess why I make this video is I do casually think to this game from time to time and just wonder, like, when in God's name are we going to see it? What's it going to look like? And we'll see. We'll see how it does when it actually comes out. Obviously, releasing in the same year. Now it's probably going to release as far as humanly possible that the year allows it from Dying Light 2, right? So Dying Light 2 came out way earlier in this year, right at the beginning of February, and Dead Island 2, I mean, at the earliest, I think it's probably right a November, December game, or if not, it comes out next year, so it comes out a year after Dying Light 2. I don't really think those two are going to impact each other all that much, and they should be different games, but I am kind of pumped to see what Dead Island 2 can do. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think the game's coming out soon? Again, if you believe Tom. If you don't believe Tom, maybe the game is in development hell and the game is like 30 years away. But if you do believe him, the game is a lot further along than you may think. So let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on the next video.